The Hayden Royal Commission identified a systematic shaking down of Australian businesses by the unions in favour of the unions and at the expense of the workers. And Commissioner Hayden called them corrupting benefits. And the government has announced today that we will take action not only to ban those corrupting benefits, but to criminalise the activity and put in prison the union leaders and the bosses, if necessary, who engage in corrupting benefits. Now, what would be a good example of a corrupting benefit, Mr Speaker? Well, for those of us who've been in the parliament a little while, of course, the very obvious one was the one when Bruce Wilson, as head of the AWU, took money from the unions and did house renovations on properties in Melbourne that was using money from businesses that was given to the union that he then used to renovate Julia Gillard's then home in Melbourne. But there are lots of other good examples of corrupting benefits, Mr Speaker. For example, Tish John Holland paid the AWU in Victoria $300,000 when they built the Eastlink Freeway. They issued false invoices from the AWU to disguise the payments as training, backstrain research, AWU magazine advertisements, forum tickets and conference sponsorships. And as the Royal Commission found, there was no evidence of any of those things actually being provided, nor were these payments ever disclosed to the members of the AWU who the unions were supposed to represent. The question for the Leader of the Opposition, Mr Speaker, is does he condone such activity at that time by Tish John Holland and the AWU? Or, for example, Winslow Constructions, who paid AWU Victoria $200,000 and provided the union with lists of employees' names who were then joined up to the union without their knowledge for one purpose: to expand the power of the AWU in the Labor Party in Victoria to the benefit of the AWU union leaders. Again, does the Leader of the Opposition condone that activity of the AWU? Or Chiquita Mushrooms, Mr Speaker, who paid $24,000 to casualise the mushroom-picking workforce. It was invoiced as paid education leave, but never delivered. The legislation that we will introduce will wipe out these corrupting benefits, and Labor needs to get on board and prove that they put workers ahead of union bosses.